Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, is once again targeting Barack Obama, this time calling for his arrest. In a post shared to Truth Social, Trump accused the former president of personally ordering U.S. intelligence agencies to manufacture false information tied to the Russia investigation, labeling it a coup attempt against his presidency. Yeah, fam. And this dude is serious. At first, people were like, oh man, that's preposterous, man. We just dismiss it. But the way that he's been stretching his authority and outright just illegally arresting people, who knows? This is something we thought we might never see. Imagine Barack Obama being arrested. We didn't think that they would arrest Don Lemon, especially after a judge refused to sign an arrest warrant. But they did it anyway. They did it anyway. After a judge refused to sign the order, they did it anyway. Barack could end up in jail. This is real. Family, here is the post that Trump put up on his failed Truth Social network. Breaking: Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has just released hundreds of bombshell Russiagate documents proving that Barack Obama personally ordered CIA agents to manufacture false intelligence on President Trump and was actively working with the enemy to undermine and erode Americans' confidence in our democracy and President Trump's landslide 2016 victory. This was a coup attempt by Barack Hussein Obama and his cronies. As Jesse Walters said, whatever happens to these guys is not revenge, it's accountability. And it's time for people to pay the price. Arrest Obama now. So when he typically goes on these type of rants, people get arrested. When he say arrest him, they arrest him. Even when they try to first arrest him, if at first they don't succeed, they will try and try again until they get an arrest. Just so you know, for the record, no U.S. president has ever been jailed before, but Donald Ulysses S. Grant, I like to call him Donald Ulysses S. Grant. No, but President Ulysses S. Grant was famously arrested for speeding in his horse-drawn carriage while in office in 1872. Yeah, so, but no president has been jailed and forfeited, their presidency. None. You've had presidents who have faced legal scrutiny or impeachment, Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, yeah, and of course, Donald Trump. He'll probably face a third record impeachment. Yeah. So no president has ever been arrested before in the history of the nation. But I'll bet you Vegas is taking bets right now. And I'm telling you, there's a good chance that he will arrest Barack. Look, I know it sounds far-fetched. I know it sounds crazy. But it could happen. Fam, this dude is doing all kinds of things that we thought wouldn't be possible. We never thought that he would go over and bomb boats, innocent people, and claim that it's because he's trying to mitigate the fentanyl crisis. We never thought that he'd go over and invade Venezuela take over their country, basically arrest the president and his wife, put some knots upside the president's wife's head, and take over the country, sell the oil, and put the proceeds from the oil sales into a private account in Qatar, into a private account that Donald Trump personally is the signee on. He is the account holder. He has control of that account. This is a sitting president, has control of money that was, I was about to say earned, but money that was made from the sale of oil from a foreign country. Money that was supposed to go to the United States, although it was ill-gained, it was still supposed to be for the United States, but he sends it to Qatar. And guess what? Nobody's talking about it. The media is not even talking about this anymore. They're not talking about it at all. Think about that. Why not? That story is buried. That story has went away. Now he wants to arrest Barack Obama. See, Trump has always been jealous of Barack. This is where that stems from. Trump has always been jealous of Barack. Barack is everything that Donald Trump is not. He's everything that he's not. When you talk about poise, you talk about class, style, policy, likability, tact, intelligence. You can literally go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Donald Trump doesn't have one, and I mean one. He doesn't have one good quality that Barack is missing. And that's not to say that Barack is a perfect person. Obviously, he got his faults. He sent them people over there to kill Gaddafi. That will be forever be a smear on his name. And some of the lack of action that he took while he was sitting president. I know the Republicans was trying to stop him at every turn, and it was, they were undermining him, just going out of their way to undermine him. And so he could only get so much. I got that, but he did champion certain things above and certain groups above his own group, right? Above the class that he's in. He did champion for certain policies for other people, for other groups, when he said himself that he is the president of the United States. He's not just the president for Black folks. He got to represent everybody. It's funny how they do that, though. All of them do this. All of them say they can't just do something for Black folks. They got to do something for everybody. But Trump and J.D. Vance, I've never heard a vice president go out of his way to say, hey, white folks, we don't have to apologize for being white anymore. We don't have to feel guilty for being white anymore. This is the vice president of the United States. And then Trump says, hey, the South Africans, y'all can come over here for free. Just come over, you know what I'm saying? We're going to, and you, South Africa, you better start treating whites over there right, or we're going to come over there and handle you. We're going to do something to you. It's absolutely amazing, the double standards and the hypocrisy of this administration. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this story. This is a story out of IB Times. So, the volatile political landscape in Washington has reached a fever pitch as President Donald Trump has once again targeted his predecessor with explosive allegations of criminal misconduct in a move that has stunned constitutional experts and delighted his core supporters. The 45th and 47th president, took to Truth Social to demand the immediate arrest of Barack Obama for an alleged coup attempt. The latest escalation stems from long-standing claims that Obama administration orchestrated a coup attempt to prevent Trump from taking office nearly a decade ago. While the rhetoric of treason and spying has been a hallmark of Trump's political identity since the 2016 campaign, the current environment feels markedly different. With a second term in full swing and newfound institutional support, the president's call for the prosecution of a former commander-in-chief represents an unprecedented challenge to American democratic norms. So here's what Barack had to say about that. Barack Obama's office has historically avoided engaging with Trump's social media attacks, but the severity of the treason charge prompted a rare and pointed response. A spokesperson for the former president released a statement in July 2025 refuting Trump's allegations, calling it outrageous. Out of respect for the office of presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of the White House with a response, the statement from Obama's office read, according to The Guardian. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. And that's all this is, fam. One big old distraction. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.